Hey, it's Darlene. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm working on a 2-page spread for my nephew's wedding. You can see from the photos that they have their own two treks. So I really wanted to incorporate that in this layout or in this layout spread. So I went to Cricut Design Space and I looked for a couple of different trek options. Those are some that I was going to use, but I did decide I was going to use the back of the trek instead. So I'm going to go ahead and select and then trash the other two treks. And so the truck that I do end up using, I needed the words just married sliced in or attached in. So what I did is I ungrouped and then I moved out the hearts. And now I'm taking the just married and then the back of the truck and I'm slicing out the words just married. So now I have those within the back of the truck. And then I moved those heart backs just so I could see what it looks like. And then I realized the open window is clear. So I wanted to do an offset because I want that to be white. So that's what I did. Change the color to white because the default is black. And then I hit the contour button and took away that middle of the window, which gave it the solid piece. So now when you look at it, the white is actually white, not just the back of the canvas. So I went ahead and hit print or make, and then I realized, no, I need to redo this because I don't want the colors to be black, red, and white, even though you can change any paper on the thing, but I wanted a visual. So I kept the back of the bed of the truck white, and then I did the top part peach, but I did a second part on that peach part, one white solid, and then one with the little open areas for the hearts, which you can see me putting in the burgundy hearts in the middle. I like the burgundy versus red because I felt like that coordinated a little bit more. And then I have that I don't even know what that's called, the top part of the bed in a orange color. So all the cardstock that I'm using on both the truck, the floral swags, which you'll see in a minute, and also the cardstock on the layout base are from Cut Cardstock. I am a design team member for them. Matter of fact, this is my final project with them because I decided to step down. I've just been really busy personally, so I needed to drop out of the design team. But anyhow, super speed. I'm just attaching everything because like I've mentioned before, I like to layer everything first before I actually put adhesive. It just helps with placement and knowing, like having a visual of what it's supposed to look like. So I went through my pictures that I printed already of the wedding, and I went back and I thought, oh, I found more pictures of them taking their kind of wedding party pictures. And so that made me rethink my whole placement on what I was going to do. I am going to do some flip flaps on the picture on the left side, the two 4x6s that are still there. And I'll show you that in a minute. Those flower swags I actually made before, and because I tried to do a lot of embellishments prior to putting together all these pages, they're still using Cut Cardstock. Nope, I didn't just stutter. I actually read that. Cut Cardstock. And what I did is I added some ink and some black, a fine tip pen and white, and just really dressed it up to kind of give it more dimension. I love the way those swags looked, and hopefully I gave you guys a close up because it just looks so pretty with all the extras that I did on it. There you go. And one's a little bit bigger, one's a little smaller. I did decide to mat one of the photos over there on the right, the 4x4 photo. Actually matted in both navy blue and white. This one I'm just keeping a little thin white border, and that was just kind of like a distance shot. Whoever took that. So I didn't get the photographer's pictures, but what the pictures that I did get were what other people took, and then my nephew had sent me. So anyhow, so I'm putting the layout together, pretty basic, two. Well, actually, they'll end up being a lot more 4x6s when I do the flip flaps, but right now it'll look like two 4x6s plus that small kind of wallet size. I'm using liquid glue because my ATG gun ran out of adhesive, and I'm actually in the middle of redoing the command center, which is the name of my craft room. And my room is a mess. My desk is more of a mess. A lot of it's off to the side, but I know I needed to get this project done. So, I'm creating, and the adhesive or the refill for my ATG gun is somewhere in the piles or bags or boxes of things. And so luckily I had the liquid glue still on my desk, so I was able to use that and it was no problem. Now here's my T-square ruler. You know, if you are a subscriber, you know, even when I use it, things are not straight. But I felt like I needed it to be straight-ish. So hopefully I accomplished that. So when you use a flip flap, you use the photos on the bottom, which are okay, that are going to be hidden. And then of course, the pictures that are going to be shown when you open the album are the ones you put in the flap. And I will have room for a journaling area on one of the flaps. So that's really good. And I'm going to allow them to do the journaling because it is their wedding album. So I'm working on both of the sides, and this cracks me up because it was white in the top, but you can see that it's actually the back of a patterned piece of paper. My guess is when I made that, I was like, where's some more white cardstock? I saw that and said, hey, it works. So that is a great tip if you've got ugly paper or maybe a lot of one paper and it's not double-sided, it's just white on the side, you know, use that as white cardstock. Why not? Especially if it's thick. Heck yeah, that's some good, that's some good tip right there. But here's my T-square ruler out again. Look at me trying to be straight. I don't know what I'm doing. But anyhow, I do hope you like this so far. And if you do, hit that like button. Give me a thumbs up. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you're not already a subscriber. I do post 2 videos a week. One is always scrapbooking, and the second is whatever it is I'm creating in the command center, which is the name of my craft room and also my blog. And those can be anything, paper projects. Sometimes it's art journaling or junk journaling. Sometimes it's just random things with my Cricut, like t-shirts or, you know, outdoor decorations or party decorations. I just do a lot of crafty things and I really love it. I kind of do anything I feel like doing, sometimes with my grandkids, sometimes with me, just myself, most times with my daughter. But anyhow, so that's the finished spread. And in a minute, you're going to see, I'm going to be like, oh, that's it. It's all good. And then I take a look at it and say, oh my goodness, that's a lot of orange. I mean, orange, I love the color orange, honestly, but that's a lot of orange. So I am slowly just kind of trying to incorporate other colors. I did use this leaf punch, and I'm going to create a little swag, if you want to call it that, on the back of the truck with this olive green paper, and then also some punched flowers. So you'll see me kind of messing with that. And I do like that idea because it kind of really elevates it into a wedding page, because, you know, you see all those florals, things like that in a wedding, or I should say, usually you see a lot of florals in a wedding. I'm sure there are plenty of weddings where they don't have a lot of florals. But so not only did I use my Cricut to cut things out, I'm using punches. I also used some splatter, which I think I'll do that at the end. I add some gold, like flat back pearls, which are one of my favorite things. And this has got a lot of things. And in a minute, you're going to see some stamping. Like I mentioned, there's just a lot of orange on this layout, because in this particular base page, that's what I could talk about. I actually made base pages before I actually printed the photos, because I knew I was going to do this album. And if you're not sure what base pages are, they're basically exactly what that is, a base page. So I did this with when my 2 other sons got married and I knew I was doing albums. I used like a Build-A-Page or like sketches, books, most of them from Close to My Heart, but others just whatever I saw. And you put together the base of the page. Kind of hate to keep using that word, but that's really the only term I could think of. And so you put all the patterned papers. You don't really put the decorations because first of all, you don't know where the pictures are going. And so you don't really have that option. Or I guess if you wanted to put the decorations or the embellishments you could, and then of course you'd have to adjust your photos for that. So this page was just the orange cardstock with the floral and also gold stripe and that strip of navy prepared. And then I did a whole bunch of them, and I'm slowly going through them. But it really does help with starting the pages and just kind of completing the album. So there you go. Some people do them just to do them. I just, like for regular stuff, like a one-off, I don't know. I don't know if I'd be able to use it. Like I think it would probably not get used, but that's my own personal opinion. So anyhow, this is what I was working up to. So I saw that orange. It was like, that's just so much orange. So I decided to grab some love. I have, my fingers are doing quotations, stamps. I think one of them even says friends. And then I just kind of did a bunch of random, just generational, no rhyme or reason stamping. I used black. As an afterthought, I probably should have used navy, since that's kind of the base, the darker color that I'm using, but it's fine. And just did this, like stamped it, like a little bit of a background. I only did it in a couple of places. I didn't want to overwhelm it, but I hope you like that addition. I do. I think it looks so much better. So it went from that to this, again, that, to this. I'm funny. Anyhow, I hope you like this video. Like I mentioned, please hit that like button or thumbs up, and make sure you hit that subscribe button. I'm constantly posting videos. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.